we're going to look at how to choose a good hostel almost every time. I do all of my hostel bookings through Hostel World. I find that they have a great collection of hostels and that they have a great set of ratings usually for the hostels. We're going to look at an upcoming trip I have. I will be staying in Budapest for a few nights in October. So we're going to go look at Budapest, Hungary from, we'll say, the 5th of October till the 9th of October. I'm not exactly sure when I'll be staying there, but this is around the right time frame. I'll be staying by myself, so I'm just looking for one guest, letting Hostel World do its thing, find the hostels in the city. So the first thing I always do is only look at hostels that have an 80% rating or higher. Every once in a while I'll have to lower that if there aren't a lot of good options, but as you can see, we still have 123 results in Budapest, so plenty of options. I also do not want really anything over, let's see what $20 a night looks like. Still 122? Yep, we'll pull that down. Let's say under $15 a night. Usually in Europe, I want hostels that are in that $10 to $15 range. In Asia, I'm usually looking closer to $5, $7, something like that. Obviously, the cheaper, the better, because the less I pay, the longer I can travel. So we still have over 100 results, even with it down to $14 a night. So we're even going to pull that a little bit lower. Though, that's strange. Why isn't it working? So it looks like, alright. So we're going to look, at $13 a night. So I like to see hostels with more reviews, usually at least 100. That's preferable. I trust it then. I'm going to even raise my rating a little bit higher for Budapest since there are so many options. We're still looking at almost 100 options. When I'm traveling alone, I like dorms. It's easier to meet people, less expensive usually, so we'll look at mixed dorms. Usually mixed dorms are less expensive than male or female dorms, and I also think that it's just usually a better environment if it's mixed. And definitely Wi-Fi is a necessity. I usually also check free internet access because sometimes people don't put both in their listing, but they usually mean the same thing. I'm not going to be renting a car when I'm there, so I don't need anything extra there. Can organize airport transfers on my own. Breakfast included is always a good thing, but there are only 8 that have breakfast included, so probably not worry about that, at least not yet. No curfew is definitely a good thing. And usually I like there to be towels included, but I'm kind of flexible there too. So let's see, we still have 31 hostels. That is quite a lot. And they're all actually hostels at this point. So usually then I'll head over to the map, take a look at where all the hostels are situated in the city. And, most of them are downtown. Some of them are a little far out. Usually look at the ones that are downtown. Yeah, Best Choice Hostel, 96%. We'll pull that one in a separate tab. Colors Hostel, that's a pretty good rating. All of these are going to have good ratings though because I filtered out bad ones. So those are the 3 that have the most central locations, so let's just consider those for right now. So if you look, it's a little bit on the expensive side for the dorm. You know, the 4-bed mixed dorm is a little cheaper. It's a basic. Um, it's a basic style versus standard, so standard's probably a little nicer than basic. Obviously, deluxe is much nicer than that. Quite a lot more expensive though. I usually prefer 6-bed dorms. I think 4 is a little bit small. It's not very good for mingling, but you know, it's it's all right. This one is a 6-bed dorm for $12.66 a night. That's pretty awesome. This one has a 6-bed dorm for $11.52. From here, I'd eliminate the one with the 4-bed dorm just because I think 4 bed's too small to do too much mingling. Take a look at some of the other benefits, see what sticks out. This one has free breakfast. That's pretty awesome. Free linen, definitely a good thing. Free coffee and tea. We always need that. So that's looking pretty good. This Ginkgo hostel. Looks pretty good, close to the metro. You can rent bikes. That's not a bad thing. 24/7 reception. That's always good. So that looks pretty good. From here, I'd head over to reviews on both of the hostels. They both have quite a few reviews, 950 for Colors Hostel and 478 for Ginkgo. That's a lot of reviews. So I usually only consider the reviews from the past 3 months are really important, but I'll usually look back even a year, especially for mentions of bed bugs, because that is the thing that I dread the most about staying in hostels, just how easy it is for that to spread. So, you know, this guy says the showers are good. That's something to always look out for, because usually I find even if the beds are good and clean and comfortable, sometimes the bathrooms can be a little bit yucky at hostels. So definitely good to see mention that it's clean showers. I see a mention of lockers here. That's good. Good location. Small book exchange, but that's all right. I don't usually exchange books. Small kitchen, that's all right. Yeah, all these reviews are looking pretty good all the way back to the 13th of February. So that's a good thing. We'll just scroll back a little bit further. So this one says it felt a little bit sketchy, but actually it was fine after the stay. So here's one that's kind of low, 60%. Wow, it was very inexpensive, €5 for a weeknight. When he was there, quiet, but in September, I guess, you know, it's getting a little bit off main season in Europe. So maybe not so good for meeting people though. So you know, it looks like a pretty good option. This person says it's noisy, dorms are close to the common room. That's kind of not a good thing. So, you know, pluses and minuses. So we'll look at the ratings for Colors Hostel right now. Close to the river, hard to find. Breakfast is cereal and some jam. That's pretty typical of hostel breakfasts. It's usually very basic. Oftentimes it's only even toast and jam. It can be pretty sad, but you know, free breakfast is free breakfast, or at least that's how I feel. Though better free breakfast is better. So small, no air conditioning, but I'll be there in October, so that's okay. Good location. Good location. Good staff. Breakfast. Clean. Cons are the men's bathroom smelled so bad. See, that's kind of the thing that, ooh, you know, but maybe it's just the men's bathroom. I don't know. Hard to find. So, you know, they both look like pretty decent options. From the reviews, I'd probably go for Ginkgo over Colors just because the reviews seem a little bit better and the rating's a little bit higher. It seems like it was just generally more positive feelings towards the hostel. Though, if I were actually going to book this right now, I would spend a little bit more time. I'd look at more than 3 hostels. I usually get kind of crazy and actually end up looking at like 25 hostels, and then it takes me forever to make a decision. So I don't know that I'd go that far, but I'd pick maybe 5 or 6 to look at and work from there. And so far, I have never stayed at a truly horrible hostel. There have definitely been some cases that haven't been ideal, but never horrible. I've stayed at some very nice hostels that were almost as nice as hotels that I've stayed at too, though. And, staying in the dorms, sometimes you get some people that you would maybe rather not spend time with. Sometimes they're not overly considerate, but that's just part of the game, and you have to deal with them in order to meet the really cool people that you want to travel with for the next couple of weeks after that. So, in conclusion, filter your rating up to 80% or higher. Read the reviews, at least scan through them. Read what the hostel says about their hostel, and pick a price range that is appropriate for your travel style.